Foxay needs to be careful. It's going to be hunted down slightly. G2 still very active on that top floor, but the thing is, you want to get a drone out on Foxay. However, he's soulless. It's going to be able to jump out, but misses the shot. The fuser dropped outside. Foxay running out as well, knowing he probably will have escaped with his life. But how is Foxay going to be able to get back into the site?
I mean,
which option is he choosing?
He's chosen the worst option. That's the one that they'll have the instant lock to. They got top square, they've got the top of the balcony. However, it's a lot of time. One at a time, yeah, that will probably be all that they can get themselves running for the drop. Once the back end of the elevator, there's a bit of a rotate in the site. Doggy just saw the side of Vertical, who tucks himself in, 15 seconds. And a slow rotate round the back of the vault itself. They've held up the front, the corridor. There's Dream with the rotate right round onto the door. Takes care of Benjamaster. Doki, he's in the middle of two. Sees one, goes for the pistol, can't get the connection. And it's Dream. He just has to find the man getting the plant down. Virtue, can he get up? No! He's trying to get that angle. He's trying to get that break across the big quad wall, but nothing is being handed to him. Look at Blur on the far end, though. He's crouched above stock right next to Candelas, and they're waiting for the push to start to come down. Doki finding one more, screams his way down the stairs. They're going back towards the hatch. Newers, what can he do? He gets one, and he gets himself a rotate out of there. He's going to look for the second fight, and he finds it. A huge follow-up. The Candelas are popping off in the site itself. Newers is going to have to waste this round if he wants it to be one for his team, or at least just stop the plant. No! G2 get their second.
Top of them. It's not going to be ideal. They want to get rid of the player on the service stairs. The grenade will be bounced around the corner. Don't think that will get anybody, but the second one might as they're swinging through.
Oh no, the wrong side! Benja just gets the lockout there against Dream. Is able to get the pick back up. Almost tragic. With Blur quickly swinging around to offer some support and, I don't know, maybe getting the kit planted. A bit of a close fight. They've got the fire and the Bulletproof is watching all of this. Newers, he still has 2 impacts. They still have some danger they can do from range, and Sweater still has a C4 as well, and you're looking at not much time left. How do you do this? They know exactly when you're going for the plant, the bait. You're waiting for fire to pass anyway. We just heard the C4 rip. Virtue's going to have to try and drop the fight and take it. Cannot. Benja gets one. The C4 gets the lockout. And OXG find themselves 2 apiece. Survival is the worrying bit. They have the ping on the player and the impression that they're still there. There's Benja. The nade game, he has connected so well. Vert, what are you going to do? With the first fight is maybe on the top there. They know that you're there, though. And that means the jump out cannot come, and you can't even escape Benja. Gets his second for the
Sweater might be coming up in the back of him, so they need to be very careful now. He's going to find himself kind of stuck in between as Dream strikes him down, leaves G2 in a 2v3, even though they had the advantage. Blur strikes back, comes up on the main stairs, hopes to find one more, spraying a lot through the wall, but won't quite connect.
Blur and Virtue, the support line structure that has really started to turn up for G2 these past couple of days. They're all that's left is trying to see if they can get this round, but look at the time. Only 20 seconds left on the clock.
And a solace against them, so if a plan goes through, you need to be very certain of the fact you can get it down.
I mean, can they be? There's not really anywhere that's safe from this point. The Solace, hello, how you doing? Not very well. Virtue all that's left. He cannot get to the kit. He can't get the fight in Oxygen. They get a 3rd round.
Jesus. Well, Mute Jammers stop Blur from opening up with the X-Skyros. And there is one, and he finds him.
I mean, Newers was taking that with the impression that there's only 30 seconds left, but to be honest, G2's attention to the site in a last-second moment hasn't always been so succinct. Foxay, he's holding one angle. Dream's going to try and swing it with a shotgun, gets one unpunished. They didn't have the trade out from the back end. He saw the man go down. He knows they might be able to get them back up, but it's precious time once again being removed from G2. The walls are locked. They've just got to swing this and try and push their way into sight. There's an aggressive fight on the door. It's a triple kill, but unless you get that diffuser planted, you're going to lose the round. He's holding on to it, and it's an Oxygen round. Checking it and rechecking it, but look at the pressure around Gold. They go into the back end. They've got lobby. They're getting that droned out. Ben just sort of had the big reveal. A minute 30. OXG aren't too interested in Square, but Alamau is interested in Vert, and that might change things. Alamau, off on an adventure on the top floor, finds another. Benja takes a bit of damage in the site itself, and with the drop right onto the back of the Gold, Virtue probably would. to fight the engagement themselves, but they're still a bit cautious. Probably even more so now. Doki finds the head of vertical. Benja, he's waiting, and he's taking. Newers is off the board. Virtue gets caught in the drop down, well watched by Fox, but it gives away the game of where he is, and well, he might be.
Boff is going to be leaning in and finds Benja. Brings it back to that 3v2. That's the first, but there's only 20 seconds left on the clock now. They need to find themselves a way in to get that plant down. That's a free spot. That's a free kill. Blur taken out on the site.
Disaster might be striking here. They're going to pre-fire and swing. Just sees the side of the head. The smoke forces. Doki is able to get one and a trade out. One more G2 player standing, but it was a 2 versus 4. It's plenty of time here for OXG, and well, actually, they don't want to waste any of it. Vertical hops his way into CEO and up onto the table, suffers a bit of damage from the side, and the smoke makes things awkward. G2, they had an awareness, and they're doing everything to hold him back, but hello, that's my kill. Vertical cleans out Janitors, takes long desk, and angles towards the next fight. Cannot get further than that, though. They're still swinging into the site itself. Alamau. He's watching and spraying over the top of Dream with the kit. Dream is stuck in a very dangerous situation. He needs a sliver of support to cover the sliver of health that he's otherwise sitting with. Sweater, round on the back. New is getting Alamau, and this could be the lifeline. There is Sweater, hitting Janitors, almost hits. There it is. Suddenly, it's just down to Virtue. It was a bit of a stalemate, and now there's only one mate left, and he's able to get one down. 3 more players. One's hopped out the windows to make this very awkward. One army man crawling behind the desk. You assume that's Dream with the little amount of health that he had. He's just going to sort of play the time aspect. There's the lockdown, though. OXG get the round.
Tellers, because it could have been an instant kill to come through on a G2 player there.
I mean, it likely would have been. Do they know about Alamau? Oh, Foxday's able to win one out, but he exits the second as well. Foxday somehow connected with
Still be here. Benja goes aggressive. Oh, actually gets a spot. He's going to find the kill. No, he does not.
He was trying his hardest, but it was such a dangerous position. You can see the pressure and control over the top of the hatch. They want to see if they can get the kit down. But with the smoke and the fire and everything burning around them, what do? You have to wait. Or you have to try and force the fight elsewhere. A huge risky play, but Virtue finds Newers in the meantime. Fox is looking for revenge. It's not being gifted to him. Another canister pops. Virtue, he knows he's buying himself a bit more time, and there's a rotate. There's a change of ideas. They cannot just go for the plant and the default. They're going to have to try and drive themselves from either the hatch above the site, or maybe even a full rotate. It's the site hatch. They're going to get themselves right next to the pillar. They might even try and go a bit deeper. They're not able to win it out. The 2 versus 2. The 2 versus 1. Virtue gets the last! And G2 pull themselves back level.
Rid of it. Just to provide himself some more width, as there's 25 seconds left.
That's it. You put the fear in. You make them think you might swing one way. There's otherwise the remaining players putting pressure from above. But as we said, there's not a lot of time, and it's a very difficult one to go for the stock drop hatch plant. And that's what they're entirely stacking behind. They need Fox to find something on the back end, but instead they just lose on the front. 2 players down. It's only Fox they left of the round itself, but even in a 4 versus 1, G2. They're not going to throw that one away. They are sitting on map point.
Down at least somewhat from the top of square. Benja is leaning back into the archives. He's going to see if he can go for another fight. Sees that drone, knows he's getting hunted and gets shut down. Deals a little bit of damage as another trade comes through on the opposite side of the map.
Very important there, OXG. They keep it from stock. They're clearing themselves towards the plant. They know the objective, and Blur's going to see if he's got his own objective. Stop it connecting. The first fight is his. He doesn't know about stock to his right, and that's the quick pick back up. And Alamau, all that's left inside the site. The 2 versus 1. The C4 cannot stop the catch. They're spraying too high. They're fighting too low. And OXG got that one more round, and we potentially have 3. Can they get the catch on the back end? But Fox say he wanted to watch, and he's caught in the fire. G2 swing their way through, and they've pincered the person in blue. They're able to get the swing and the take. They take a lot of damage in the meantime. They were watching the hatch as well above the site, making sure that nobody rotated around to give some support. It's locked in, and they're locked out. The Aussie gets a triple, but he's kind of hungry.
Down.
They're holding so patiently, but you can't really be patient when they're entirely swimming around you. They don't want to give themselves to the fight, but the fight comes to them. It has to be an ace for Vertical. They're going for the plant, but they get the man. Done earlier on Dream. He waits. He wants the plant, and he's got to try and bait some of this. There's the last canister gone. The fire pops its way around. Alamau with the pulse will have the heartbeat read on anything that is trying to matter. So Foxay is going to matter on the back end. Benja blows him out of the vault this time. There's Sweater getting one back, and Dream swings wide, removes the gold hold. They lose the pulse. They lose the C4 not used, but Blur wins one on the back end with a heavy hitting DMR. It's a rotate over the top. They've got the split push. Newers has to go massive as he has throughout this whole tournament. It's not over until it's done. Newers on the plant. G2 swarms. There's one. He goes back on the plant. There's only a pocket full of seconds. He looks for the next fight. The C4 gets removed. We cannot get it. G2 do. And map 1 is theirs.
As an attacker, when you want to get that diffuser down, relatively little safe space, which means that Oxygen, they will really have to leverage their man advantage here, but the diffuser gets dropped by Benja. Instantly putting a pressure towards the Geisha balcony because they know there's still another player out there.
Look at the time though, 30 seconds. They've got to try and put the pressure upwards. They are looking for an in, but it's just not being offered to them. They have to force the engagement. And at this point, it's either straight up the stairs or the pinch like this, vertical. He's on the back end. There's a player right in the middle, but he suffers from the cover. The rotate comes onto Drum Door to trade out with Alamau getting one alongside the fight. Benja swinging across two, and G2 seem to have a very good idea of just where everybody is. The break underneath, but pockets full of seconds. He can't even get to the diffuser in time, let alone the site in the first round as G2.
Coming in from below as C4 gets popped. It's going to be making Sweater aware of the fact that some verticality could actually hurt him. Blur falling back, fortifying his window. Of course, still has the mirror windows to play with. Alamau suddenly just finds one below. Does he know about the player in pantry? Seems to be the case as Newers drops. Alamau as well.
He was surrounded and he fights his way out! Alamau is all
and are they going to be able to go for a pickup?
Well, they've rotated. They've got themselves much closer. As I said, it's got to be direct.
Alamau.
But there's direct. Alamau on a quad. Can he get the ace? The last fight is in Terrace. They're the next on his engagement list, and he's got an engagement with a final, but it's Virtue! Takes the last. Rotate underneath. We still have control, and they still only have a minute. This will just tuck its way round on the opposite side behind the box, and there's Blur with the cross angle. There's Alamau with one more. Blur slips his way past Drum, and that echo once again of what do they know? Not enough. They cement the kill. Fox does get one back, but this G2 has had a lockout. Slightly piling against them. Foxay takes a lot of damage. Doki's still holding house stairs, and there's the swing. How he's been in this position the whole round. By doing things like that, Oryxy have been unable to remove him. And Foxay cannot get the kill. The trade out, 4 in a row for G2.
We are coming to get you as Dream now focuses on the side itself. Alamau's going to try and put up some bit of pressure as well, send some tracers down his way. Doesn't quite connect to Newers, doesn't quite spot the head. Benja finds Foxay, Newers is being taken down, and Dream finds one kill. Needs to strike back with an ace clutch, but he will not succeed. Benja shuts him down, G2 5-0.
This kill. They have all the knowledge, all the idea. The drones come around, the player's there. Newers has the up-to-date yellow ping. The hop comes around. Oh, Alamau! Alamau wins it out, and sure, you get the trade. But that should have been a clean drop there. How much you got to break your way through, and what's been lost? A firefight again. Benja swings the double window and pulls ahead away. They've now lost the rest of their hard breach. C4 is Benja's, one more, and at this point, you wonder. Been able to have a connection on this map as of yet. It would be the perfect time, but look at how they've got to take this. Foxay's underneath, 20 seconds left. There's 2 stories of separation, and it's all being watched. Virtue wins out, and there's a second. Still a chance of it happening. If he's gone unchecked, the calls come through. And the grenade underneath, it's a trade out. Doki and Vertical find each other. Benja can't get a connection and gets scraped just a little. Cannot find it, Sweater. top to bottom, rocks bench as well.
There's a player below. It is going to be Alamar who's going to start and see if he can push the main stairs. If he finds that kill, it opens it up for G2. And he does! Is it a double? No, he gets shut down. But it gives the moment for Blur to start to push in and see if he can plant.
They're going deep on the side. It's Blur. He's able to get one more and lock it out. It's the 2 versus 2 Virtue. He's on the slow creep on the back, and it's a 2 versus 1. Newers, the young prodigy, the Phenom has to go phenomenal if they want to stay in this fight and stay in SI 2023. The swing on gold, he's round the back, they know. The post plant and the rotate round, he's trying to isolate one of these engagements, sees a sliver of health, sees a sliver of a body, but G2 have kept themselves cards close to the chest. They're on either side of the door in a line, but that is all!